Hey everybody, this is Bill Straub with Modern Thirst, and we're going to give you a nice July 4th tasting here today of one of my favorites. This is the 2020 edition, so this is Series 4 of the Remus Repeal Reserve from MGP. Now this always has a special place in my heart because it's one of the first whiskeys that I did a review on video from Modern Thirst, so I always like to make sure that I handle this one myself. This one's another really nice presentation from Remus. It's 100 proof and it's 12 years old. This is a mixture of like maybe 75, actually says on the bottle, 77% of it is their 21% rye bourbon. So you know, for most people that's pretty high rye. For MGP, that's kind of their low rye recipe. And the rest of it is a 2008 version of a 36% rye, so their high rye recipe. Every one of these has, sometimes under the radar, but always been just a really, really tasty and well-drinking bourbon. And I really like them, and they're one of my favorites. They're something that you can usually find on the shelf out there if you're in one of the distribution states. So if you're looking for something that looks great on a shelf and tastes fantastic in a glass and doesn't break the bank, I think it runs about 85 bucks. Check this out. You're not going to find a lot of 12-year-old bourbons that are better than this. Oh, beautiful. A lot of black pepper, some citrus in there, some nice spice. I'm getting some really dark fruits in there as well, maybe some plum, kind of a blackberry. Wonderful, wonderful nose. Really like it. Oh, it's really nice. The black pepper really comes through, that rise on there. You get just a hint of that vanilla and the oak. Well blended, good presentation on the nose. Really good. It's sweet. A lot of dark fruit on that palate. Good long finish. Very viscous. I really like the way this is coating the tongue. I generally feel like the more rye in a mash bill, the less viscous the whiskey tends to be. So a rye whiskey tends to be really kind of light and almost a little watery on the palate, but this is really viscous. It's really nice. Flavor wise, you get the sweetness from the corn up front, but that fruitiness and kind of a candied citrus and dark cherries and blackberries definitely comes through on the mid palate. It kind of goes to that black pepper spiciness on the tail end of the palate, but once you get into the finish, that dark fruit comes right back in spades. It's really nice. Yeah, there's not a whole lot more I can say about this. This is just a really well-balanced, well-presented whiskey. It's tasty. It hits all the right notes. It's 100 proof, so it's got plenty of punch for you, but it's not so overpowering that you can't sip it. I really like this. I think you probably will too if you really like a good bourbon, especially if you like a spicy bourbon, because this is just excellent. It's a really good example, and it always is, of what MGP does really well, and that is a really spicy and fruit-flavored rye-based whiskey. So when I say rye-based, I just mean that rye forward on the palate. Their ryes are obviously rye-based, but this is predominantly corn because it is a bourbon. But again, 85 bucks. You should be able to find these in stores, and if you're in their footprint. This is Series 4. All the series are great. I'm going to say this one is one of my... This would probably rivals Series 1 to me, which was my favorite in the line. But this one might be my favorite. That dark fruit is just, it really explodes on the palate. As you can see, I've gone through about half the bottle now. Yeah, and it just kind of makes you want to keep coming back for more. Really tasty. Hope you enjoy it if you do get a taste. If you do get this, or if you've had any other ones, give us a comment of what you think about them. Are they good? Are they worth it? Are they overpriced? Are they a little overrated? I tend to think that they're underrated and they don't get as much publicity as they should, because I think it's a great whiskey. But Thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us on Patreon. And otherwise, have a great 4th of July weekend. And cheers.